Self-practice 4.5, question number 2. Find the number of ways for 4-digit numbers greater than 2000 to be formed by using the digit given. The digits are 0, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7 without repetition. So the condition is greater than 2000 and without repetition. So the first step is we identify the condition. Then only we list out all the digits. We have 0, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we need to make sure it's a 4-digit number. So based on the 4-digit number, we are going to draw 4 lines. The line is actually showing that we are going to fill up with a digit. So we have 4-digit number. So we draw 4 space of 4 line to fill up with a digit in order to form the number. So the condition is the number that we form from the digit 0, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 must be greater than 2000. So that is the first condition, 4 digit greater than 2000. So let's ask ourselves, can we start with 0? We don't have 4-digit number which is start with 0 so far. So 0 is not inclusive. So we cannot consider 0 as a digit for the first space. That means for the first space, we only got 5 choice or 5 ways, either 2, 4, 5, 6 or 7, right? Okay, so that is how we start first. So we always ask ourselves, why we can start with 5 digits? Because we want to fulfill the condition which is greater than 2000, right? Okay, so now we will actually consider the first space first before we proceed to the next step. So the first space, we only got 5 choice. We can either use the 2, digit 2 or digit 4 or digit 5 or digit 6 or 7. So we have 5 ways, or we can say as 5P1. Out of 5 objects, we want to choose 1 space, right, to fill up. So it's 5P1. Alright, so 5P1 is actually 5, right? Okay, then the balance, we have 3 space. Okay, since we have used up maybe either 2 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 to start first, we have used up 1 digit. So we can say that we can use a 6-digit given minus out 1 digit used for the first space. So we have balance of 5 digit, isn't it? Out of 5 digit, we are going to choose the 3 to arrange, right? So we will use a 5P3, right? So permutation is actually you taken how many object from how many NPR, right? Taken R object from N object, so to arrange. So we have NPR. So here we have 5 digit. We want to choose 3 digit to arrange to form a 4-digit number which is greater than 2000, and we cannot repeat the digit. That's why we use 5P3, right? Okay. If you use a calculator, you press your calculator 5P3 and then you times the 5, you get the answer. Or else you can say that you write 5 times 4 times 3 for 5P3, right? So 5P1 is 5. 5 times 5 times 4 times 3 also can be accepted. So your working is you must write 5P1 multiplied by 5P3, or you can write as 5 times 5 times 4 times 3. That is important step that you have to list down in order to get 1 marks for the exam, SPM exam. So if you press your calculator, the answer is just 300 way, right? For you to form a 4-digit number greater than 2000 without repetition for the digit 0, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are 300 ways. Now let's proceed to question number 3. Find all the possible arrangements of using all the letters in the word trigonometry if G is the first letter and E is the last letter. So for question number 3 is also permutation with a condition whereby we have to use all the letter, highlight the important keywords, all the letter. Using the word trigonometry, you look at the word trigonometry consists of many letters repeating. And then the condition is G is the first letter and E is the last letter. So in order to answer this question, we always study the letter given. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12, right? So we have 12 letters. So we are going to arrange them in order, follow the condition given. First letter must be G and the last letter must be E. So let's draw out the space. We have 12 letters, so we have to draw out the 12 space if you want. So since we have starting must be G, so we can say that we focus on the first space. We have one G only, right? So there's only one way to fill up the first space. And then for the last letter, we have to use E. So we reserve the place for G and E, and we have one G and one E, right? So we have only one way, one and the only one. So for choosing the G is just one way, is 1P1 if you want to write, and choosing the E also 1P1. Since we have used up the 2 letters out of 12 letters, so we got balance of the 10 letters, right? But we need to fill up the 10 space. So based on that, we also have to study whether there is a identical object or not. So we notice that if without the identical object is 10p10 or 10 factorial. But then if you look at the word trigonometry, it consists of the letter which are identical. So let's focus to the identical letters, because we need to divide with how many of the identical letters, right? So we know that we have 10 factorial. So for us to arrange all the 10 in a different ways, we have 10 factorial ways. So now let's see how many of the letters are identical. So we just highlight the identical letter. So if I look at that, I can see T and then R. We have 2 R, right? So the R is repeating, the T also repeating. So these 2 are identical object. We also have 2 I, right? So O also we have repeating, we have 2 O, right? So so far we have how many repeating? We have R, we have I, we have O, and also we have the T, which is identical object. So then after we double check, we must make sure we list down the letter which are repeating before we divide, right? So we have we have actually find out the repeating or identical object, then we are going to divide them. So we have how many repeating? We have 4 letters we are repeating, R, I, O and T, right? So total we have 4 letters repeating. So we are going to write the repeating one in terms of the permutation. So if 2 repeating will be 2 factorial, so we have to divide with how many 2 factorial? We have 4, so that means the answer will be 10 factorial divided by the 2 factorial each. So for the letter R, we have to divide by 2 factorial. For the letter I, we also have to divide by 2 factorial. For letter O, also we have to divide by 2 factorial. And same thing for the T, is repeating, right? So identical object, so we have to divide by 2 factorial. So the answer is just 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial 4 times. Okay, it means that we have to divide by 2 factorial times 2 factorial times 2 factorial times 2 factorials. Because of only one G, so we can just write one way to arrange a Z and one way to end with the E. So we can just write 1P1 or 1 will do. So the working should be 1P1 times 10P, 10 divided by 2P2, 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 right? Or you can use the factorial to do, because the factorial will make the working more simple. Okay, instead of write 10P10, isn't it easier to write 10 factorial? So we will write 10 factorial, then we prefer to write factorial than 10P10, right? So the answer for this question is 226800. That's all my sharing for today's exercise. Till then, bye bye and have a nice day.
Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and battles happen everywhere. I don't need any hero to save me. I don't know why the kids always crying. I've been thinking about all the captains while we left in a wasted planet. I thought I had it all together, but I'm waking up sad. You don't need to show your fucking love anymore to them. Can you feel the spark in city light when you stay tonight? That's the sparkles from my being alright. So high.